All right, hey everyone, welcome to Gratitude and Alchemy. I appreciate you being here. And if you are here, the first thing that I want you to do after watching this, obviously, is to comment. Share something that you're grateful for. We want to spread positivity and spread gratitude as much as we possibly can. That's the reason that I make these videos. That's the reason that I want to share with you today what I am super, super grateful for. So every day of the week, I drive my 6-year-old to kindergarten, and I take her to school every day. And our drive is, basically like a 20-minute drive to school. And in those drives, I'm super grateful for the drive itself. For that kind of little window of time is very, very interesting. So there are some days, there are very interesting conversations that she and I have. And in that time, she asks really, really interesting questions. Some of them are pretty profound, quite deep for a 6-year-old, which is just super interesting that, that she asks some of the questions she asks. So we get into really interesting dialogues, and with a 6-year-old, I guess I never would have considered that, there would be this level of conversation, I guess. But then also, some days she's very quiet and she doesn't say a whole lot. And that was kind of today. She asked a couple questions when we first were driving, kind of got going, but then she just was real quiet. She was looking out the window a lot. Really just kind of, you could tell she's just thinking. And so, but I guess the reason that it's kind of hit me, the way that it is right now is that, just right now in our lives, like I'm spending a lot of time taking the kids to school, picking them up, picking them up from if they're doing a daycare after that. But just that time, like some interesting things happen, I guess, in this little window. If you go on a long family drive, the kids don't necessarily do the same thing. And I feel like there's like this, because that it's such a short window and they know that, okay, we're going from here to there and it's going to be this short window. Like I get the same thing. I get the same thing in the car. And when I get in the car, it's like, I always joke and I call it windshield time. And I want to get in the car and I actually like to think. And it's a really good time. So I usually, as I drive, if I'm not listening to some sort of an audiobook or something like that, I actually drive in silence and I don't really listen to music. And it's like windshield time is a lot of valuable time to me. I used to literally leave, years and years ago before I had a family, and I would drive and I would, leave like the Sacramento Valley, and all of a sudden I would end up in Reno. And I would just drive literally just so that I could get some thoughts out. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, okay, I just drove for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And, okay, turn around, drive back, right? And so like windshield time is like really valuable to me. And I'm noticing, and I don't know if this is going to last, but right now, like the way my kids use car rides is really important. They feel like they can get information, and they sit down, they're not distracted by a bunch of other things that they could do in the house, or, if we're out and about, they can literally like look right into the front and ask me something specific. And we can have these really interesting dialogues. So, Minka, over the past year, because as school's winding down, right, we're going to hit summertime. There's been a lot of conversations around God, which is pretty interesting. A lot of conversations around death. So, her trying to get a grip on it and understand it. Learning about friendships and, what friendships mean. She's asked me, questions about love and really what that means, and how people show it. And then of course she wants to tell me everybody that she loves. We actually talk a lot about gratitude. This morning she was talking about donuts. So not quite in the same alignment. But as you can tell, some of these conversations get kind of all over the place, but it's been a lot of it's a lot of fun, and it's something that I thoroughly enjoy. And then there's days that we are, she's running late because very often she likes to dilly-dally and take her sweet time and not get ready and all that. And so then we're late, and we're rushing and we're hurrying, and so she's talking about consequences. And it's interesting, and I hope that it lasts, and I hope that she continues to to allow our drives to school to be like this, because I think that they're really important, and I'm getting a ton out of them as a parent, and I love it. And so today, that is truly what I'm grateful for. And so please share with me something that you're grateful for. And as always, every day, just remember to be fucking grateful. Thanks, guys.